Very good evening to all of you. Namaste. Before I begin my presentation, I would like to request you to have a look at a short video. Thank you. First of all, it is always a great opportunity to stand in front of the dignified guests who have come to participate in this event that Nepal has organized. It is sometimes difficult to present and to showcase Nepal within a very short period of time. And more difficult it is to tell the people from India about Nepal, because they know almost everything. Even though the information about a country is just a click away, you can just go into a Google and find every information online. So I'm therefore more capricious about telling the information about Nepal. So this forum I would like to utilize for more interactive sessions rather than more mere informative sessions. But still, because there are some ideas or some information which probably you might have skipped or might not have had the idea about, so that would definitely furnish a little bit. To give a brief overview about my presentation, before I go ahead, I would like to express my deepest feelings and sorrows to the natural calamity that the people in Kerala had to bear. Nepal also suffered quite a lot. So we can understand how painful it is when we are hit by the nature-made disasters. But we are again, the only good part, another good part about the disasters is we learn how to come back. This is what we learned, especially when we were hit by earthquake 2015. Of course, the people were surprised to see how Nepal could recover, because the mountainous country with that difficult terrain, it is definitely not easy. But with the pourings of love, affection, cooperation, support from all corners of the world, and of course with the hardship and the resilience of Nepali people, we could come back. Not only we came back into our form, but also excelled. And over these 3 years, we have also marvelously brought about a significant changes in tourism landscape of the country. Earlier, our tourism had gone a little down, especially with the earthquake 2015. And over these 3 years, we not only almost doubled, more than doubled the tourism arrivals into Nepal in only 3 years' time. That was definitely a very encouraging thing, that people love Nepal despite adversities. My presentation would talk a little bit about the information of Nepal, and this is simply a glimpse that Nepal is the land where we find diversity and unity. It's a small country, of course. It is slightly bigger than Tamil Nadu in terms of its geographic size, but it has got unique diversity. And last time I remember, maybe 4 years ago, I came to Kerala, I came to Kochi, and I was really impressed by the nature here and the hospitable people. And I made a point to visit the very holy place where the Adi Shankaracharya was born. And I felt really sanctified by that visit. Adi Shankaracharya, born in Kerala, this is a very sacred place. And he also traveled all the way on foot, even to Kathmandu. And we have a temple there in the Pashupatinath premise of Adi Shankaracharya. And we revere, Nepalese revere there as well. So I've shown this Pashupatinath temple in order to remind us and in order to get connected to Kerala. And obviously it is the holy shrine for all the Hindus across the world. Muktinath temple is an amazing temple, though it is located at 3,800 meters from the sea level, and is sometimes difficult to breathe for the people, elderly and more sick people. But it is the holy shrine for both Hindus and Buddhists. And last time when Prime Minister Modi visited Muktinath, the number of Indian arrivals to Muktinath soared up multifold, not only doubled, multifold. And people started to understand about the holy place like Muktinath. I don't think it is necessary for me to tell about the location of Nepal. Everybody knows it, just to begin with. And it is a location, area, geographical division, population, and it's bigger in size, but in population we are smaller than Kerala. I think you have around 35 plus million, right? And the languages, currency, climate, and very interesting about Nepal is the climate, because we have almost the distance, north and south distance is 200 kilometers. Within this very small stretch of 200 kilometers, we have the climate from 40 degrees to sub-zero. That is very surprising variation. And climatic conditions in Nepal, we have winter, spring, summer, autumn, 4 seasons. And you can have an experience of everything. For example, you can have a breakfast at very blistering hot, and you can have lunch at sub-zero temperature. So that's a very dramatic variation of the temperature. And of course, that has given way to the population, their culture, people, and their way of life. And this is simply an information. Of course, you can also find this information in probably online, but it gives you an overview. Despite a small size in geography, we are so rich in flora and fauna. And for example, we have 2% of the all flowering plants in the world. We have 8.5% of the world's population of birds. We have 4.2% of the mammals, 11 of the world's 15 families of butterflies, and 600 indigenous plant families, 290 species of exotic orchids. I think this is very important for us to tell the world that we are very rich in vegetation, in nature, as well as in fauna. We know Mount Everest, and I tell you, most of the people, whenever I go to Europe and US, people usually don't understand where is Mount Everest. Actually, that is Mount Everest, though it is farther away from the site when the photo was taken, though it looks smaller. And these are two smaller peaks. These are smaller peaks. This is Lhotse, this is Nuptse. And they are, of course, above 7,000 meters. And that is Mount Everest, and it is 8,848 meters. This is our national flower, rhododendron, and because this flower, it covers, it blankets the hilly area of the country in rain, especially in the month of April, and it goes till mid-May. This is the forest, especially in the Chitwan or the southern plain of the country. There are many national parks and wildlife areas, and this is one of them. And this is Royal Bengal tiger. Nepal is also a habitat for the tiger. And so I've just noted here what Leonardo DiCaprio said about Nepal. Nepal has been a leader in efforts to double tigers, 235, within its one borders, and serves as a model for conservation for all of Asia and the world. So we have been conserving, and we've also doubled the number of tigers. And for kind of information, we are very good at community forests. Last time, maybe 1 year ago, one team from Chile and Brazil came to Nepal. And I asked them why they came, and they said, we have come here to know about the conservation projects that Nepal has become a success story. So in conservation with community forests, we have really excelled, and we have become model. One hunt rhino is pretty rare. Of course, in India it is there, and Nepal has a large population of one-horned rhino. And we've also stopped the poaching, which was earlier a huge problem. And this is our national bird. And what are our treasures? Altogether, we have 4 World Heritage Sites, 2 natural and 2 cultural. And in cultural, Kathmandu Valley, for example, is a cultural World Heritage Site, and it has, within the radius of 7 kilometers, we have 7 monuments, World Heritage monuments. Therefore, Kathmandu Valley is called the city of temples. Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha, is also a World Heritage Site. And we have Mount Everest, is another World Heritage Site. This is one Kathmandu Valley, of course, Lumbini, Mount Everest, and Chitwan National Park, the one which I showed you earlier. They are World Heritage Sites. And we have national parks, and within that small population of 26 million, we have 125 ethnic groups and 124 languages. And these, very interestingly, you can see, there are 3,809 peaks above 5,500 meters, and 414 peaks are offered for climbing. And we still have so many virgin peaks which are to be offered for climbing. And this time, because I'm also fortunately the advisor to Honorable Minister of Tourism, Culture and Civil Aviation in the present government. So we are thinking of offering by waiving the royalty as well.
many other bits, especially targeting our upcoming campaign, Visit Nepal in 2020. And we have 6,000 rivers and rivulets because Nepal is probably undoubtedly one of the best destinations for river rafting activities. We have white water river rafting activities, and we have so many rivers open for that. Trekking and mountaineering, probably we are the kings for that. And we are pioneers. And hardly any other country beats with us, especially in trekking mountaineering. As you all know, we have 8 out of 14 highest 8,000 meters peaks in the world. This is Pashupanath temple taken in the night. Lumbini. Kumari, this is living goddess. Probably some of you, those who visited Nepal, might have heard about it. She is the only living goddess, and she is selected very uniquely from a particular community. And that community claims itself to be the descendant of Siddhartha Gautama, who later on became Lord Buddha, the Shakyas. Because Siddhartha Gautama also came from Shakya family. And the community who chooses this goddess also descends from that family, they claim. So this unique, very unique culture of Nepal has been there for last more than 300 years. And still that happens. And a small girl, before she menstruates, after she's selected as a goddess, and she's revered even by the head of state and head of government. So she's a mole. And very interestingly, of course, this information might be redundant to you, but still maybe I have to tell a little bit about Nepal. Why Nepal? Why do people, especially why do people from southern part of India like Kerala visit Nepal? The reason is, number one, Nepal is very close to us, close to you. And Nepal offers you a unique climatic variation. And Nepal is simply a stone throw from here. Stone throw in a sense is very nearby. And obviously you can have very similar cultural patterns. And there is 100% safety. We have similarity in norms and values. And we have temples. And obviously we have every kind of food that we desire to have. For example, South Indian food I'm very fond of idli, sambar, and dosa. And probably once in a week I have South Indian food in the restaurant outlets in Nepal and Kathmandu. Usually. So you find everything. You find everything, of course. And Nepal is obviously the best value for money destination. It's a country of stories. It is the land where two religions and civilizations, Hinduism, Buddhism, originated and do exist in a perfect harmony. It is so exotic, unique, and special. It's physically challenging but emotionally rewarding. And you might be feeling, why is it necessary that we need to learn and we need to visit Nepal for Hinduism and Buddhism blending together? You would marvel. For example, I would tell you, there is a temple called Muktinath, where you've heard about that temple. You visit that temple, Muktinath, and the priest of Muktinath temple is Buddhist. The priest, last time it was a female, of course. She is a Buddhist girl, and she's the main priest inside the temple, and the Hindu priest sits outside the temple. But it is revered by Hindus. You can imagine how amazingly blended two cultures are. And this offers you, and another very interesting part of Buddhism, which is Mahayana Buddhism or Vajrayana Buddhism, they've also generated or they have garnered a lot of affinity with Hinduism. And you can find temple and stupa together there. And that gives a sense of harmony. That gives a beauty of harmony. As you guys in Kerala are perfectly harmonized, despite a lot of religions spread all over the state. So we have that perfect, beautiful harmony there. And in terms of the cultures, values, practices, cuisines, you have an array, you have variety. And that variety offers you find everything from a very westernized food, Mexican food, Italian food, to any kind of food you find in the world, you get in the world.